What is going on, everybody? Hey, did you get Gary Gensler anything for his birthday? And also, it was his brother Rob's birthday as well. So I don't know about you, but I think that we should have gotten Gary and Rob Gensler, the twins. Guys, I'm not making this shit up. There are two of them. There are four of those eyes staring at your soul potentially at any given time. Now, if you might have noticed, by the way, I don't have my eye thing on. But if you guys want to see the creepy eyes, then we can do that a little bit later on. But guys, Gary Gensler is the worst of people. The most important thing about Gary Gensler is he is a disingenuous man. He's a man who tells you throughout his educational system, throughout everything that he's done in his career, that he believes in blockchain technology. He believes in the power of cryptocurrency. He believes that all of these things are possible and good and commodities, even. But then he gets a job, and his political party says, we disagree. And he suddenly says, oh yeah, I totally disagree too. Like you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Like that's absolutely crazy, right? If you're going to be the head of a government office, in my opinion, you should have the backbone, the dignity, the self-respect, and the wherewithal to stand up for what you believe in. Unless, and here's the kicker to this, Gary Gensler, if you don't believe that cryptocurrency are commodities, as you said in your 2015, 2016, 2017 seminars, before you started taking this job, before you started doing all these things, and you were working as a professor, when you were telling people all of these things, either that's what you believe and you are lying to the American people right now, or you were being deceptive and you were misleading these children. And why not file a class action lawsuit for this educational system that is just, it's absolutely disgusting, Gary Gensler, what you have done to people and gone back and it's the best thing that I can say about Gary Gensler is I am not Gary Gensler. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is up, everybody in the club getting tipsy? Guys, Gary Gensler is low rent. He's lowbrow. He is everything that is wrong with the Democratic Party right now. And you can like or dislike people by party, by affiliation. You can like or not like. Look, there's principles involved. The Democratic Party doesn't represent what it used to represent. And Gary Gensler is the worst of the worst because he doesn't have a spine. He doesn't have a backbone. He just goes along with all of the BS that his party wants to do. Case in point, Joe Kahanis, the Indian girl, the Native American college student. You know what I'm talking about. She went out the other day. Liz Warren goes out the other day and says and starts getting support in the Senate. And she says, and I quote,
we got to get crypto because crypto's bad. That's where all the money's going. That's where all the drugs are.
or whatever. I don't know how she talks, but that's what appears to be what she said. And she got people to believe it. But here's the thing. The people who actually track the Hamas crypto wallet, the Hezbollah crypto wallet, the people that actually do the tracking of that said, no, that's not what anybody said. That is not, their funding is not through the roof. Their funding is the same as it's always been. And the FBI and the CIA and the NSA and all of the, alphabet companies that are part of the US government, you know what they said? Liz, hiya, bunga, hiya, stupid bitch, you stop a talking. It's so easy to track people through their crypto wallet. Like this idiot is telling people, man, we got to track their crypto wallets. We got to make sure we know what's going on, George. The NSA is out here saying, we already know what's going on. Why don't you shut the fuck up and stop? Because now you're screwing it up for everybody. We had them. We were tracking them. We know what we're doing. You're the one that doesn't know what she's doing. Why don't you go back to your reservation and start a bingo hall, lady? Or, what do you call a lady in Navajo? Ho. Oh, yeah, Navajo. Ho. Never mind. Why don't you go back to your reservation, put on your feather cap, and host bingo, or you know what, casino, whatever. Sell weed. Now, I did watch that. I don't think, by the way, thank you to the Academy. I do not believe the things I have been educated about. All of the things that I recently said, I do not agree with that. It was wrong of me. You know what I'm talking about, right? We get it. Look, this lady is absolutely out of her goddamn mind. And she's got a bug-eyed bat sidekick in Goldman Gary, who's doing her bidding for her. Now, why are they doing this? Well, the reason that they're doing this is because they carry water for the banking system. Now, when I say that and I say carry water, I make it sound like it's nefarious. I make it sound like they're evil. I make it sound like that's the case, and that's not really the case. A person can be evil. A person can be misguided. The banking system is just corrupt, and the banks are just corrupt in their process, because in 2003, Citizens United was passed, and it allowed the banks to become people, and now they can spend not infinite, but large amounts of resources to get you as a politician to do whatever it is that they want you to do. And now, without further ado, I'm going to turn on the eye thing, and it's going to get weird. What's up? What's up? Now I can't take my eyes off of you. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to get weird here. But anyway, like, I'm not even looking at the camera right now. That's the cool part. I'm just blinking every once in a while. I'm not looking at the camera, but you can see my eyes. My eyes are looking into your soul. I see you. I am what you might call the Goldman Gary of YouTube, because I can see into your soul. I don't even need to blink. I just do it to make you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff is really creepy, isn't it, though? Like, it says it's naturally doing it, but it's not really naturally doing it. I'm turning it back off now. Anyway, so Goldman Gary is doing his job the way that his superiors are demanding it be done. And that is to say that he is attacking that which they, quote, don't understand. But the reason for it, I do believe, is nefarious. I believe that the reason that they're doing it is because they're trying to prevent you from freedom. They're trying to stop you from having the financial wherewithal that you don't need them anymore. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to stop. Because if they can control your money, they can control you. If they can control your life, they own you. And if they can do all of these things and continue to do all of these things, the things that they've been doing all of your life and all of my life, if they can continue that pattern, then guess what? They stay rich and you stay indebted to them, right? If you go out here and you make, let's say Bencoin pumps. Let's say Bencoin pumps and you got $3,000 in it right now, and it does 200x. You got 600 grand right now. You go buy yourself a house. Now, could you buy yourself a great house? No, but you could buy yourself a nice house. That would be decent enough. You know, you could buy yourself like a 1-bedroom flat in Los Angeles, or you can buy a mansion in Memphis, Tennessee. But you could buy yourself a nice place and you could change your life and you wouldn't owe the bank anything. And if you did that, the bank wouldn't get money. So now they have a problem, right? Remember, the banks are buying up properties everywhere. They want you to be renters. They want you to owe them every month. They need your money and they want to tack on fees. They want to do everything that they can. And that's what the Democrats are doing right now. They're slowing down cryptocurrency. They're not telling you that cryptocurrency is not coming. They know cryptocurrency is coming. They know that it's inevitable. But what they want is they don't want Coinbase. They don't want Binance. They don't want MEXC. They don't want any of these other companies. They don't want Pionex. They don't want BingX. They don't want KuCoin. They don't want Gate.io. They don't want any of these guys. They don't want Bitmart. They don't want BitGet. They don't want Bybit. You know what they want? They want Bank of America, where you can buy crypto in your crypto wallet. Now, what crypto are you going to be able to buy? Bitcoin. Why? Because we know that it's a commodity and it acts as a store of value. And if there's going to be a cash associated with it, what's it going to be? Well, it's going to be Satoshis, because those are the little mini pieces of Bitcoin, right? That's what it'll be. And then beyond that, maybe Ethereum and a few blockchains along the way, and then a few of these supporting cryptos that are part of it. Remember, not that long ago, Coinbase only had 100 cryptos. I think they now have like 180, I want to say. Matter of fact, you know what? I don't even have to say, I think. We can actually go look this up, right? Coin market cap, exchange spot. Spot used to be that Coinbase only had 100 coins, right? Now they have 245. Kraken, 240. Binance, 388, right? So it used to be that they only had a few. Now they have more. Well, that's what it's going to be like in the future, because your Bank of America wallet app on your phone that you're already using, that's what you're going to end up using to buy crypto. Your Chase, where it matters, your Chase app, same thing. That's how you're going to get crypto, through that. That's what they want. They want the funnel to be through them. Why? Because that's where the fees come from. Imagine, if you will, the amount of money, and guys, just close your eyes and dream that you're Vitalik Buterin. Dream of the amount of money going through that system every single day. Imagine back in the beginning, in the early days. Imagine during the bull run when the fees were sometimes $100 for a validator. Imagine how much money was going through that system. Now, imagine you're a banker. You whacking off yet? Because they are. They're thinking about those kind of fees. They're thinking about that. That's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about, oh, you know what? If we had a whole bunch of validator nodes, then we'd be getting all of that money. If we paired it with something where we didn't have to charge the fees, we could be getting all of that money, but we could still be charging people these fees, and we don't have to charge them those major fees. We could just charge some kind of fee for every transaction, and guess what? We would reap. And that's what they're doing. That's what's going on right now. That's what they're planning. And that's why these banks are trying to take over. And that's why Gary Gensler is holding everything up. And you know how he's holding everything up? Let's look at it right now, because it's ridiculous. SEC's Gensler stays true to form, uses Wednesday. And by the way, this is a biased article, but at this point, I don't really care. Stays true to form, uses Wednesday's speech to say crypto is full of fraud, scams, bankruptcies, and money laundering. Like, he just described banks, right? Didn't he? Didn't Gary Gensler, when he did this, didn't he just describe the United States banking system with this ridiculous, silly ass bunch of comments that he made? Because I remember Chase and Wells Fargo busted for fraud and scams. Wasn't Wells Fargo scamming people for their own personal checking accounts? Didn't a couple of banks just recently fail? Didn't we see some bankruptcies? And haven't we seen money laundering throughout the years, throughout every bank going through America? So basically what the SEC is trying to say, or Gary Gensler is trying to say without saying it, is crypto is no better than the United States banking system. And he hates that, right? I'm sure he hates that because he's like, you know what? Let me have my brother Rob answer that for you, because he's lying to you. Now, the SEC chief and chair Gary Gensler is standing firm in his long-held view that many cryptocurrencies are subject to existing securities laws, despite pushback from the industry. Gensler reinforced his view on Wednesday in prepared remarks at the 2023 Securities Enforcement Forum. His comments came amid a week of rabid speculation about the status of pending applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs, which regulators have not yet approved. Now, here's the thing. This does not apply. What he's going to say here does not apply to Bitcoin. He's not talking to you about Bitcoin. He's not telling you about Bitcoin. He's telling you about Baby Doge. That's what he's telling you about. He's telling you about these tokens. He's telling you about meme coins. He's telling you about all these different things. Remember, just a couple of days ago, Ethereum rugged and stole 700 ETH from you. Remember that. That's what happened. And all I did was post my wallet and be like, hey, you know what? If somebody sent me $75,000 overnight while I'm sleeping, when I wake up the next morning, I'll quit my job. I would even film it, by the way. I would even film myself kicking my former boss in the nuts for $75,000. Send it to BLEEVES.eth, by the way. If that happens, by the way, and if more of you send it than just one person, that's your fault, not mine, right? So anyway, Gensler said there is nothing about the crypto asset securities market that suggests that investors and issuers are less deserving of the protections of our security laws. Let me drop this off here. Congress could have said in 1933 or 1934 that the securities laws applied only to stocks and bonds, yet Congress included a long list of items in the definition of a security, including investment contract. And there you have it right now. There you have the issue and the idea here, the investment contract. That is what Gary Gensler keeps looking at. And I'm telling you right now, that's the reason that Coinbase is not going to do well in their defense, because they're not understanding the underlying accusations that Gary Gensler is making every single time. Did Scream Meme is here. What is going on, Scream? Did you send money to BLEEVES.eth yet? Did you send crypto to BLEEVES.eth? If you did, then it'll be in my wallet. I'm just gonna leave it sitting there, by the way, because I don't sell. Everybody should know that by now. So, but yeah, so investment contracts is where he thinks you are guilty. And that's why he hates you, because what he's doing is he's saying that the underlying asset by itself is not a security. The underlying Ethereum is not a security. It by itself is a commodity. Cardano is a commodity. BNB, commodity. The reason they become a security is when they're tied up into an investment contract that rewards you by staking it for the expectation of profit. Now, I might also add that I think that Coinbase is selling, quote unquote, securities, or at least trading in securities, in my opinion. And the reason for that is, have you sent your USDC to Coinbase lately? If you send your USD to Coinbase and you let it sit there for a little while, you know what they give you? 5% interest. They give you 5% interest off of it. And if you earn interest from a bank, banks are all registered with securities, because doing that creates an investment contract. It creates an expectation of profit, and the amount of 5%, it's basically written right there. And I think that that's why I think that these people at Coinbase, all of these people, I think they're failing to see this. And this is what he's attacking. And this is what he's going after, is that these investment contracts, which they are by that definition, is what he's attacking, and nobody seems to be seeing it. The agency has brought numerous cases against crypto firms over the past year, including ones against Coinbase, and the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. In those lawsuits, the agency often cites the Howey test, a 1946 U.S. Supreme Court case involving citrus groves to determine whether transactions are investment contracts and thus subject to securities laws. However, that approach has garnered criticism from some, including Coinbase, which has said the SEC stretched its argument in Howey beyond recognition. The crypto industry has experienced turmoil, especially over the past year amid the collapse of crypto exchange FTX. Gensler called the industry's problem not surprising. This is a field rife with fraud, scams, bankruptcies, and money laundering. While many entities in this space claim they operate beyond the reach of regulations issued before Satoshi Nakamoto's famous white paper, they are also quick to seek the protection of the law in bankruptcy court and litigating their private disputes. And don't get me started on crypto. I won't even name all the individuals we've charged in this highly non-compliant field. So, yeah, this is his attack on cryptocurrency, and he's not going to stop. He will not stop. And again, this does not mean that the Bitcoin ETFs will not be approved. This does not mean that at all. In fact, it is possible there are rumors. I don't know that the rumors are valid, but there are rumors that that we'll see an ETF this week, right? Grayscale has and they're working with the SEC right now to make these things happen. And I think that there's a possibility that we see it this week. And the reason that we see it all this week is because they can't tip their hat. They can't just they won't just give Grayscale what they want. Not without including ERC-20, without including Fidelity, and without including BlackRock. So it is possible that their hand is forced, and we see a radical approach coming in the next couple of days. So I don't know that will or will not happen. We're going to look at the charts in just a second, but it is possible that we see something crazy like that. Now, in the meantime, one of the great Native Americans in the world, who can never tell a lie because that would be, Republican or Trumpian, or, pick some kind of random name that a Democrat doesn't like. And she says, Rep. Sean Casten said he plans to introduce a bill to strengthen Bank Secrecy Act requirements for cryptocurrency following reports that Hamas raised billions of dollars through crypto ahead of attacks in Israel this month. Now, we already know, by the way, the people that track it said this is not true. They're lying to you. That legislation will be similar to a bill that Senator Cowabunga, Democrat in Massachusetts, introduced. Casten told the House Financial Services Committee he planned on illicit finance and national security on Wednesday during a hearing. We'll be introducing a bill that Senator Warren has already introduced on the Senate side to do that over here. It's not going to pass. Sorry, because it's ridiculous, and it just look. It's not going to pass. The use of crypto by terrorist organizations has been spotlighted after a Wall Street Journal report found that Hamas, along with other militant groups, raised millions worth of crypto ahead of attacks on Israel. And Wall Street Journal cited crypto researcher Elliptic, which on Wednesday said that figures recently used to portray the scale of crypto fundraising by Hamas were being misrepresented. So Elliptic, who the Wall Street Journal quoted and who the government is using for their data, is telling you that the federal government is lying to you about what they said. So that's what's going on right now. You're being this is where you're being blinded by everything. You're being told that this stuff is going on. Like you're being put into this little what do they call it? The star chamber, the echo chamber. You're being put into this little plan that they have. And that's what they're doing to you. They're lying, deceiving you, and they're using Gary Gensler to do that. And by the way, when I say that, I should also mention Gary Gensler's right. There's a lot of pieces of shit out here. What's up, Meta Matt? By the way, I got your message. I just haven't replied to you yet about the thing that you sent me the message on. But I get the sense here right now that and Maxine Waters, she's gonna be like, you know what? I don't like crypto. I don't think any other should ever have crypto. I don't think crypto is good for the economy. I think that it is so bad for everybody to have cryptocurrency. And oh shit, why was my face frozen? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like Jesus Christ, I come on. And I'm not going to shut up because, like I told you yesterday, Donald Trump's not a blonde either. You know what I mean? These guys are making this shit up. Anyway, it's absolutely crazy. But don't forget, by the way, Muskrat, go in here, play this game. If you don't play this game, you might get. There are reports. Many people are saying. A lot of people are saying if you don't play Elon Muskrat the game, you might get dick cancer. Ladies, you don't want it. Nobody else wants it, so you might want to be careful about that. Now, 10-year treasuries are up to 4.968. That is horrible for the broader market. However, we've got a little pump happening right now in the market. But here's what I think. I think that the Bitcoin push is about to run out. The reason that I'm doing that is because everywhere you look, all of the pieces that you're looking for are starting to wane. You're getting this topping right here, and you're getting all this stuff that is just these are the things that are it's starting to look tired. The market just does not seem to be able to get over that big hump right now. That big hump right now is 1.247, which is where it is right now, by the way, or 1.245. We have to stay above this for a little bit longer to confirm it. And we're going to need, I mean, a couple 4-hour candles would not hurt. But look at this. Every time we get here, we are rejected within a 4-hour window. Like what we need, we need about 10 billion in capital to enter this market right at this point right now. And then we need to start using this for another 3 or 4 hours as support. And then we need to have a bounce up to 1.3. That's what we need to see if we really want to see something good happening in cryptocurrency. We need to send a message to the markets right now that new money is entering, et cetera, et cetera. Now, sentiment does say that money is entering, but Benjamin Cowan, according to Benjamin Cowan, all of that money's just coming from Ethereum anyway. And he's completely wrong, but that's okay. He's been wrong before. He's been wrong a lot, and he's doing that. He's doing that unvictory lap, whatever you call it, loser lane, whatever you call it. And Tom Crown, if you ever watch this, I didn't mean any of that. He's a nice guy. We love him. He's great. He's wonderful. Benjamin Cowan, yay! You know what I mean? You got it. And Brony Tail, Garrett Soloway, same thing. Just love him, absolutely. By the way, guys, I'm gonna go right. I'm going for it again. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Okay, we're going into eye contact mode again. I'm not looking at the screen. I want to point that out. I'm not looking at the camera at all. I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm staring into your soul. If I do this, I think you can see that I'm not looking at the camera. You see I'm looking down. Is it creeping you out? Because it's creeping me out. It's not really creeping me out. I don't give a shit. But anyway, 4.968%. That does mean that we've got some issues here. We're going to have to get the U.S. 10-year treasuries down. If it doesn't come down, and if we don't get it back into these, it's got to be sub 4 levels, then it is going to be very difficult to get enough capital back into this market to create and sustain one of those gigantic pumps. I'm telling you right now, what we are looking at right here is one massive liquidity sweep that's going to happen, and it's going to happen probably sooner than any of us would like to see. Now, by the way, with that being said, let's come over here and you can see my trades over here on Fairdesk. 34,726 on Bitcoin right now. I'm down $5 on this very small Ethereum trade right now, enough so that I don't feel comfortable in this position, and I don't like the fact that it's happening on Ethereum. And why is that happening? Because I decided, because I'm an idiot, apparently, I decided, like maybe, just maybe, that Ethereum would stop sucking for just a little while, and that it would take off and it would have a nice little run, and that maybe we would recapture some of these earlier highs over here. So I said to take profit at 1850, just to kind of say, well, you know what, that's the top over there. I do think that Bitcoin is due for at least one more little kind of bubble run before it gets rejected soundly, if it does in fact get rejected soundly. But look at this, guys, I can't stress this enough. When you look at the charts right now, all the patterns that you're looking to see right now, you're seeing it. Like this is the 4 hour, by the way. This is the 4 hour that's playing out. Like it's about to break out again, right? Like that's what this looks like. This looks like Bitcoin is on the cusp of a breakout in one direction or the other, and it feels like the capital keeps coming in. So I figure that this is probably going to go up a little bit more. Now, the next question is, where is it going to go up to? Well, Jesus Christ, like we're in the area right now, and we're in the range where we got to zoom out just a little bit, and we got to come back over here, and we got to start finding kind of some volume ranges to at least just sort of consider like what's next. Let's pull this out just a little bit, and like Jesus Christ, like that, like we're in such a low volume node that, remember, here's the thing, right? We're cutting off right into this area right here, right? So we're just kind of messing around in this 34, 35 level. There's a lot of chop, a lot of resistance back and forth in this range. However, this was not really the level that we settled in just recently. This is old money just kind of sitting over here. The place that we should be coming to is going to be this 37, 38,000 level, or I'm going to come back down into this 30,000 level, because that 30,000 level has a lot more recent support. So, this little area that we're in right now, it's there and it's old, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, the sellers are going to wear out at 34,000, 35,000. So it would tell me that we're moving up to at least 37.5, maybe even 38. Like, I have 38.5 set as my target, but this market is so wonky right now. But look, it looks like we're about to have a breakout. It really looks like we're about to break out of this little chart pattern. So stick around and wait for it. Now, again, so I am slightly down $2 on this. Like, that's nothing, right? But it's only 277. I'm only in for 3 ETH. So it's not that big of a deal. But I still want to win, obviously. BingX, same thing over here. By the way, if you haven't already, sign up for BingX. These guys and Fairview they are helping me out tremendously by giving me this opportunity in this platform. If you guys would do some trading on these platforms, that would help me tremendously. By the way, like, that would help me tremendously. Give me 1 second here. All right, boom. So over here, we're down $3. So, what I need is an 1850 Ethereum. And by the way, I am just scalping some small amounts here. By the way, I am scalping small amounts. You can see my funding over here is like $400 or $500, and over here it's like $300 or $400. Like, it's just money that's spread around to different exchanges, because these guys want me to do this stuff on their platforms. And if you guys help me, then I continue to do it on these platforms. We continue to learn, we continue to grow, and we continue to have a good time, and hopefully make a few bucks. But I took a risk here. This was a risk that I was not sure was going to pay off, and so far it has not paid off. I entered into this. Look where I entered into this position, right? Like, I entered into this position. Like, I think this might even 15 minutes. Hold on 1 second. Like, this is a 15-minute chart. Like, I entered into this like hours ago at 1790. What is it? 1794. So I'm sitting here at 1794 all day long. I mean, literally all day long, not having a breakout. Now, when I look at the Ethereum chart, I'm not seeing the same level of enthusiasm that I'm seeing on that Bitcoin chart, right? Like, this is a clear flag that's ready to break out. This is just a disaster. This is like chewed bubble gum. I mean, you can make an argument maybe that you've got at least a pattern forming that would give you what looks like a breakout, but like, this does not look like, here's what it looks like. It looks more like it's about to crash. Okay. It looks more like this right here. And if you have if the lows continue to stay and the highs continue to go small, then the likelihood is a break to the downside. And not only that, but the 200 SMA is rapidly coming up on it at the 1675, 80 level. Plus, you got this resistance, long-term resistance around 1700. So, it just kind of looks like that no matter how much capital keeps coming into the market, no matter how much Bitcoin is pumping, Ethereum is just kind of ranging at 1800, and we can't seem to get that leg up. Now, it could be that tonight all of that changes, or we crash. But it's very tough at this point to read. At the same point, SHIB taking off 79.11, having a nice little run, having a nice little rebound. Not great, but still a rebound. Ben 42.91 coming down right around, by the way, the point of control. So no trades in MEXC. By the way, somebody did ask the question today, where do I trade Ben? And that is on MEXC. If you're on MEXC, by the way, you need to pull your tokens out because they are not supporting V2 under the current contract or the V2 contract. So it's possible that we'll relist with them later on, but for right now, they will not be on MEXC. So, again, just kind of sitting here at the point of control. If it moves down, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry at this point. If it moves down, it's going to be a buy opportunity. If it moves up, it's going to be a sell opportunity to back down to the point of control, unless we get a break to one direction or another. And that's going to be really, I think at this point, leading up to this next step, which is going to be the V2 launch. Like it's really going to be on Ben. If Ben's going to start talking about some cool stuff coming or things that are happening, and kind of presenting these kind of things on his channel, then we'll probably end up seeing a dramatic pump. But if not, then it looks like we're kind of losing a little bit of steam. We'll get that final run up in the 3 or 4 days leading up to the V2. But unless something dramatic happens, I get the longer we get from here, the more I think that, just like we only have for the launch is like right. And it won't take that long, by the way. It won't take that long to do, but right here, like that right there is where V2 is going to be active. So, it's going to take a big move right here. So every amount of time that we're just kind of messing around in this range is less time for that pump. So, we could be watching it just kind of dwindle as an opportunity. So long term, still bullish. Short term, we might have to reconsider dropping that zero. Maybe it's not even going to be possible at this point, but we'll see what happens. I remain hopeful that we do see something like that, but I can't tell you that I'm sure of it. I can't tell you right now that I'm sure that that's going to happen. Dubai X down about 6%. Another sell-off happening again. 76.86 on WAGMI. Nice little pump followed by another big dump. Like, guys, it's the best thing I can say about WAGMI at this point is that it's continuing to move in an upward trend off of a new trend line that's being formed up here. And it's a rather radical sort of trend line. So as long as it respects this trend line, then over the next couple of days, if we continue to move up like this, then we're going to be good. Like it's going to be a nice little run. And it looks like capital's entering the market. We just hit 9 billion in market cap. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a little bit of a relief here. We are in the positive by $7 on this trade, and we are in the positive by $3 on this trade. Ooh, that's a couple of energy drinks. So hashtag not bragging. I would like to see some of this money go into Ethereum, but this is Bitcoin's market until it's not. And I did think that there would be a moment here where we might see a little catch up by Ethereum, because the Ethereum Bitcoin chart right here is just dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping. And I did think that Ethereum might end up stronger. There were a lot of technicals telling me that Bitcoin was going to 2000, right? So it's just not really holding up very well. So the breakout is just because Bitcoin is breaking out. It's not because Ethereum has anything that's moving it along. So, we'll see. Now, moving on over here, Pepe is up 30% at 1234. If you got in Pepe at the short down here, then look at you. You are making out like a bandit right now, because this thing is just moving. Elon Muskrat token 7666, having a nice day overall. Every time we break that zero, it just gets bought back down and gets sold back down. And look, by the way, let me be honest with you guys. The reason you haven't seen a whole lot with Elon Muskrat is because, I launched it with the idea, and can you see my eyes? I'm just staring at you. I'm staring into your soul right now. But the reason is because I don't think that this is the market for me to spend money on. And all it's going to do, if I pump it up, then all it's going to do is dump, right? Because there's no purpose for people to hold. I want you guys to have a reason to hold onto something. I want you guys to have a reason to build a floor, to build a bigger floor. We bring in new people, some of them stick, and we continue to build. And what we need really, like guys, if you are, what we need are shillers. And by the way, there is a contest being announced. I don't know if they've announced it yet, but there is a contest being announced where I'm going to be giving away a bunch of tokens over the next couple of days. We're going to have, it's going to be a buy contest, by the way. I don't know if the art is ready yet, but it was going to be, if you buy 0.2 ETH of Elon Muskrat token, then you qualify for a giveaway. And I want to say, but I don't even remember because sometimes I just think shit up and forget about it, which is why it's good that I write stuff down. But I didn't write it down, by the way. Do you know? And okay, so yeah, what we're gonna do is gonna be 0.2 ETH over 48 hours and get registered for a 3 million token giveaway, and that's gonna be $230. So you're gonna have a chance to basically double your wallet at that point. We might even make it 4 million by the time this is done, and it'll be for 48 hours. We're going to announce it soon. Don't buy now, by the way, if you're looking to get part of that contest, and if you're looking to get basically free money. Like, and by the way, just I don't care if you buy and sell. Like that's the purpose of this thing is for you to figure out ways. If you make money off of it, cool. But 0.2 ETH, and you gotta hold it for that period of time, and it's going to be 48 hours. Anybody holding 0.2 ETH or more in a new buy that doesn't sell on the chart for that 48-hour period can get registered to win. I think it's going to end up being 4 million. I think I might even double the price. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, who knows? I want to make sure it's worth your while potentially. And like, again, I don't care if you sell on the chart, no big deal. But we are working on some stuff in the background. We do have the basketball game coming. Tyrone is working relentlessly back in the background. And what we need really, shill army. We need a shill army. We need some people out here who are willing to go, quote unquote, work for their bags, so to speak. If we can get that and we can get a nice little team together, then sky's the limit. So now I'm going to turn that off because it's creeping me out. Jesus Christ, I can't even look at my own eyes. You know what I mean? Ugh, gross, believes. Jesus Christ, get your shit together. Anyway, SHIB is trading at 79.18, about to drop that. Jesus Christ. About to hit 8. Bone at 78 cents. Volt 27.64. Finding a little bit of. By the way, if you see this over here and you see that there was a nice big wick up here to the 3,000 level, I bet. Let's go back down here. Let's see. Where was it? Where did we get it? That was So that was a bot that front ran 1.8 ETH. But let's go see OD41. Let's see OD41. OD41 sold 3.3 and sold 3.3. Went through the Luna wormhole yesterday. Look at that. Interesting group of investments. VRA Volt, cashing in and out of Volt over and over again. Don't know who this is, but they got an interesting list of LimeWire tokens, stuff like that. So it's an active investor, but sold off 7 ETH. It looks like about 6 ETH worth. We got F867 over here, and they are continuing to just exit and exit and exit and exit. Looks like arbitrage, by the way. Looks like they might be buying and selling in arbitrage because this is coming in from KuCoin and then they're selling. So this is somebody who's using arbitrage to continue to sell on the chart. And by the way, remember this. By the way, if you're Volt, I want you to remember this. Everybody who was doing the buying, who was selling on centralized exchanges because they were getting dunked on by CoinRabbit because they irresponsibly took out these giant loans that they couldn't pay. They tried to wash their hands of it and say, well, at least I'm not selling on the chart because somebody is arbitraging every time and selling back on the Uniswap chart. And they think that you're not smart enough to see that. But you know. When if you didn't, now you do. Because the money always comes back. Just because that person didn't sell on the chart doesn't mean that they didn't sell. And then what they did is they sold it to somebody else who said, ooh, arbitrage opportunity. And then that person came back over with the tokens and then sold. That's not washing your hands of anything. You still dunked on the Volt chart because that's what you did. So, my opinion. Well, actually, it's not my opinion. That's a goddamn fact. So anyway, 100x gems kind of trading sideways for the day. Advantis 1336, Wagme 8092, Saitama 1281, getting dunked on just a little bit, but not much. Ben again coming down just a little bit, drawing down. Dubai X drawing down just a little bit. Starlink still coming all the way back down. Look, I still haven't checked it out and tried to figure out what was going on. That was an amazing pump that ended up just kind of falling from grace, so to speak. So I have no idea what that was. Liquidation on the heat map right here tells me that at some point 35.5 is going to be in play. But it looks like there's just plenty of liquidity all the way down here. We'll see whether or not they come after it or not. 12-hour chart. It's a long way to go either way. So it looks like the best way to go is probably going to be in this range right here towards the upside. So no guarantees, and no guarantees in this market. Does the 24-hour tip it one way or another? I would really think that it would tell me that it's coming down, that it needs to come down and start to retest. So, we might see some cooling off here. All of the signs are telling me that it's got to cool off at some point, right? So it's my plan right now, and my idea is like I would like one more pump into 1805-ish or something to at least pay my fees and not get liquidated on these trades right here. So I'm looking for one more little bounce here, and then I'm going to exit those longs. I just don't like the position of it, and I do think more likely things are coming down as opposed to going to continue to pump. 7-day totals up here. Bitcoin's up 21.9%, Ethereum up 14%. Not holding up as well. Not holding up as well at all. XRP up 13. Lido, some good rallies in the overall market. But this is Bitcoin's race until the end. Bitcoin market cap, by the way, up to $673 billion. 24-hour volume, 25 billion. A lot of money in Tether right now. A lot of money in Bitcoin right now. And by the way, when Benjamin Cowan, one of the things, I got to point this out. When Benjamin Cowan or when Gareth Soloway, they come out and they say, well, the money's just moving from one place to another. Then why is Tether going up while Bitcoin's going up, and why all the alts are going up 14%, right? Like, this is some disingenuous bullshit. He's not even paying attention to this. Like, when you're not even trying, come on, man, you're better than that, or you should be better than that by this point. Jesus Christ. Anyway, makes no sense. So yeah, that's where we are, guys. So let's just there we go. It's time to go walk the dog. So this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Gary Gensler, you piece of shit. Alleged piece of shit. Your eyes suck. And I'm going to play the outro. It's going to be a sweet outro. Make sure you hit the like button. If you would, wait around 20 seconds for this. And then after it's over, leave a comment. If you don't like me, leave a comment that you don't like me. If you do like me, leave a comment that you do like me. Make sure you hit the like button. Or if you don't like me, hit the dislike button. Do whatever, but just do something. Don't be sitting on the fence. Don't be sitting on the fence. Unless it's a fence with a big pole and you like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? All right, guys. See you in the morning.
It's been a long day, a long week, maybe a long year. So let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors later on. Tell everybody they're invited, you should come along. Best to bring your good ladies, don't be dancing on the ceiling. I'm the revealing, getting sideways.